Well, hello there, Leo. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your November 2023 Tarot reading. We'll take a look first at the overall energy with the Oracle cards, and then we'll move to the Tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or any advice that Spirit has for you. So let's go ahead. Let's get into this. Let's see what is on the horizon for you. So let's see what we have here. Finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source, and know your worth. The skunk spirit. Interesting because Sagittarius had that same, the skunk spirit. You know, this is a little bit of a different energy than what they had though, because this is, you know, this is understanding you're going literally within. Okay, this is a little bit of the hermit energy, going within to understand what your worth is. There could be situations around you because it's the number 54 and 5 plus 4 is 9. There could be something in your life that has kind of been either the way that I'm seeing it is like a repeating pattern, okay? So it could be the same kind of situation coming up over and over again with, you know, within some relationship you have or within different relationships, but it just seems like it's always the same issue. And I feel like, here's the thing, Leo, is I think that this, whatever is kind of coming up for you is kind of like having you doubt yourself. You're kind of like, in this energy of not feeling like you're worthy of having people in your life that love you, that cherish you, or something like that, or having, you know, being in a job where you're recognized for your skills and talent, right? Whatever this is, it's kind of like helping you. Yeah, it's helping you to move into a new chapter of your life. There's something that you're having to clear out here that has to do with your own sense of worthiness. So if you are, let's say you're single right now, okay, and you are having this situation with friends, family members, co-workers, like you're seeing the same kind of issue coming up in more than one relationship. It doesn't mean that you have to cut out all those relationships or anything. It's almost like, I feel like people in your life or situations in your life are kind of like being a mirror to you. It's like, Leo, please, you know, your guides are saying, go look at this, okay? Go within. Don't just kind of like be a skunk and run away, you know, away from this. It is allowing yourself to know that your worthiness, to take a look at why this same type of pattern or what people are saying or something like that keeps coming up. Because there's a wound there to heal. There is something to allow yourself to heal because there's something new coming in. Look, something beautiful coming in for you. But it's almost like you won't be able to either attract this in, bring it all the way in, or when it does come in, you may not be like really ready for it. You know, you might not be able to appreciate it. It may not grow the way that you would really like it for it to go. It won't hit its highest potential. That's what they're saying, right? So because there's something here that you have to heal before you can move forward. Yeah, and I love this 2 of Cups. Yeah, I think it has something to do with either a new romantic connection coming in or deepening a connection that you have now. Or, you know, this can be just a really good friend, a companion, you know, somebody that gets you, right? That is kind of, you know, just really understands you. It's also helping you to really love yourself. This is also a symbol of having a relationship with yourself, loving yourself to the very core. Because there's something here that, you know, I think that it could be that you need to build a healthy boundary that maybe you're lacking right now, or you need to understand that when this pattern keeps showing up, there's something about you standing in your own power and knowing, okay, I don't deserve that, right? It could be that maybe you're noticing everybody in your life is kind of like taking advantage of you, wants you to do things, and then they're not even grateful for it, right? They don't even say thank you, or it's a quick thank you, and then they're moving on, and asking you to do something else again. And you're looking at this, you're kind of like, why is this showing up everywhere? Well, there's something there to understand. Perhaps it is about building healthy boundaries, being able to say no, like asking yourself, why do I keep saying yes when I really don't have the time, the energy, the resources in order to do a really good job? So why am I doing this, right? So let's go to your present energy. Yeah, there's some type of hidden motivation. You have the hidden motivations here, okay? So once again, this has children playing in the skirt down there at the bottom. You see that? To me, this card always kind of represents some childhood wound that we may, or inner child wound that we may need to still heal. We're having this situation being highlighted to us. Or it's coming up a lot. So it's like you can't even, because you have the divine timing, right? You have the divine timing. The divine is coming in. The divine is saying, Leo, take a look at this. You're seeing the same situation. And it could be that you're having a serious situation that is very similar to a past serious situation that you had with either the same person or another person. But you're kind of like, okay, why is this coming up? The reason is because there's something here to take a look at. And for some of you, it's confusing you. This situation is confusing you. It's understanding that when you have healthy boundaries, right? When you know who you are, what you represent, and you understand your own worth. When people ask you to do something, or there's a conflict or something like that in a relationship, that you're crystal clear. You're not confused, right? It could be that there are people in your life, that are just working on your self-doubt, almost like, oh my goodness, Leo, this is the energy where somebody could be manipulating you by putting down your worth. Just knowing, wait a minute, I know who I am and that person doesn't, right? Stepping into your work is saying, no, wait a minute, I don't deserve that. Or I don't believe what they're saying about me, right? I know who I am, and I know why I'm doing what I'm doing, or I know why I want what it is that I want. Yeah. And for some of you, this is really kind of like working with your spirit guides or your angels, asking for their help, asking for them to help you to see what it is that you need to heal. It could be that maybe you have a hard time saying no because when you were young, if you ever said no, right, to your parents or something like that, and I mean like disrespectfully, there was a punishment, or there was no way that you could ever say no in your family, right? Or you could have been the one that was kind of like the person that always had to kind of clean up after other people, in the family. You could have been the oldest and had the responsibility of helping with your younger siblings and cleaning up after them or whatever. Like there's something here to take a look at about why are you attracting in this issue in different, because it's going to lead you to your 10 of Cups. It really is going to help you to move into a relationship. But that's what the divine is saying. Leo, we have to clean this up. And I don't think it's a really big thing, Leo. I think it is about recognizing, because you're blocking love. You're trying to manifest love. Look at this. You have the Magician and the Lovers. You're trying to manifest love into your life, whether it's a new connection or a deeper connection with somebody in your life already. But here you have the Two of Swords. You're blocking it because I think that there's something maybe about taking a look at, are you afraid to open up? Okay, because then when you open up, all right, whenever you have opened up in the past, then people take advantage of you. So you're kind of closing yourself to love because you don't want to have to say no, right? Because when you said no as a child, right, you got sent to your room with no dinner or something like that. It's this energy of recognizing, why do I think there's something about saying no or having a healthy boundary, knowing where you end and where somebody else begins. And it goes back to something that happened in childhood or the conditioning that you received as a child. Yeah, I know, like the home I grew up in, and I had a very loving home. I'm not going, but there was the energy where, children did as they were told. There was no questioning, right? And as I became an adult, right, I had to learn to kind of think for myself, ask myself, is this the best scenario for me? Because when I was a child, I didn't have any decisions, right? I wasn't allowed to make any decisions. Everything was decided for me. And that is a big thing, is just kind of like opening yourself up to, okay, why am I having trouble with this? Why am I hesitating? It's not that you're terrible at this, but I think that when the situation comes up where you want to open up to somebody or be vulnerable or get into a new relationship, something comes in and closes it down, right? Because you're trying to protect yourself. You see how she hands her hands over her heart, right? You want it, and yet at the same time, you're protecting yourself for some reason. Okay, so let's take a look at your obstacle. Yeah, look at this. This is what is available to you, and yet at the same time, you're blocking it, right? You're blocking it with the Two of Swords, trying to decide, is that really what I want? Or, or trying to see what is wrong about this new person or just in love in general, right? In relationships in general. But you have new life, you have optimism, and you have the World card. I mean, stepping truly into a new world, a new chapter where love is all around you, where you feel very blessed, this energy of the Phoenix rising. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify this. Let's see, maybe more of why these cards are, look, the Seven of Wands is the only one. All those dropped, and the only one that flipped was the Seven of Wands. This is healthy boundaries, understanding. Are you concerned, Leo? I mean, some of the things to think about. Are you just concerned that you don't have the healthy boundaries? That you're not comfortable to say no or yes when it's time to say yes, right? You're not comfortable because of things that have happened in the past, right? So you're just keeping yourself safe by not putting yourself into new positions where you may have to set those boundaries up with someone new or a new job or with a new boss, something like that. Yeah, because love is wanting to come in, but it's helping you to see a different perspective. Okay, so the different perspective is the fact that you have worked on this, okay? This is something that I feel like you have been working on with the number 54, 5 plus 4 equals 9, right? You're at the end of this cycle, of a difficult cycle where you have been having to build healthy boundaries, understanding that you're ready for this. It could be that you're just taking one last look at, okay, why do I feel especially hesitant or vulnerable when I have to assert my healthy boundaries? Why does that make me cringe? And just taking a moment to allow those emotions, those feelings to come up, to kind of just reflect on that a little bit and then say thank you. Okay, thank you. I understand where this is coming from, right? And I am strong. I am, I can take a look at this fear and move through it, right? It's courage is looking at the fear and not trying to dismiss it, but being able to move through it, to say, okay, I see the fear and I'm still moving forward, right? I'm not running away from this. I'm not blocking it. I'm not saying, oh, that I'm not fearful at all, right? Because when we do that, we're not actually facing the fear. So let's take a look at what your advice is. Yeah, you have two to see. Okay, there's some new relationship or a deepening of a relationship that is coming in. And here's the advice to allow this to flow. Okay, to the sea is the law of attraction, but it's also about knowing you can't control it. With the Two of Swords, okay, in the past, you may have tried to control relationships because you didn't want to get into that healthy boundary area, right? You wanted to perhaps just like tell people what it is that you wanted and then just kind of expected them to follow through with that, right? This is understanding that when we really open our heart, it's messy. It can get messy. It's having to have those conversations about the feelings of what is going on when somebody's kind of like testing your boundaries. It's not about just, putting up the boundary and saying, I don't accept that. It's also about saying why it is disheartening to you, why it is causing you pain. Because when we can share the feeling that something that somebody else is doing to us, when we can share the feeling about how that is affecting us, okay, that's where we can have the healing in the connection. If we just say to somebody, I don't accept that, you better not do that again, or you better not ask that question again, right? Then all we're doing is blocking, where it's staying very superficial instead of going deep, instead of understanding that there is an emotional intimacy that is available to you, but you do have to open your heart. And your family, your friends, you have your spiritual team behind you in this situation, because this is a good situation for you. This helps you to move into a completely new world. You're leaving behind the pain of the past in order to be able to step into this beautiful new relationship. Oh my goodness, I didn't even, look, star and healing. You are healing some type of tower moment or some type of childhood wound that you have been working on for some time. You're finally, you're breaking down. What they're saying is you're breaking down the wound, right? You're healing it. You're being able to see it for what it is and how this wound has kept you from not feeling fulfilled or satisfied in your relationships. Use your intuition, right? But have the passion to go forward. The King of Wands, having the passion to go forward towards what it is that you truly want. Having the courage, using your courage. Having patience with yourself, right? It's understanding, okay, this might get a little messy, but I'm willing to do it. And calling on your spirit guides, right? Help me through this. Help me to find the right words. Help me to take my time to explain my feelings instead of reacting if somebody comes close to, my boundaries. This is helping you to heal any feelings of unworthiness that you may have in a relationship now that you would like to take deeper, or in a new relationship that's coming in. Putting your time and energy into really being upfront about your emotions, being upfront about your feelings. What helps you to attract in people, right, that want to be open with you. If you have been finding that you're attracting in a lot of people that are kind of closed-hearted, okay, that's a sign to you that you are also perhaps trying to overly protect your heart. It's not about just protecting our heart. It's about our real love experiences come when we allow ourselves to open up to love. And that is the situation. It's kind of like, okay, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to be patient with myself, but it's also about being patient with this other person, understanding, okay, we're learning. We're going to have to put time and energy into this in order to learn how to have this beautiful open relationship. Wow, powerful energy there. All right, Leo, let's pull a soul truth card for you. And I do personal readings, so if this resonated with you, I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. The link is in the description box below. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Where can I ask for more help in my life? I kind of feel like that is what you're doing. First of all, I think it is about asking your spirit guides, right? Your angels for help in this. Help me to have the patience. Help me to have the courage to move through this, right? And then I think it is also about asking for help from the person that you're kind of dealing with or that you're wanting to have a deeper connection with, right? It's about asking for their help too. Can you please, sometimes that is basically saying, can you please just sit there and let me talk for a minute, right? Because I think there's a lot that you have to share. There's a lot that you've been building up for some time, and it's kind of like, all I want is for you to please just listen, and then giving them time to respond afterwards. But I feel like it's almost like you may want to kind of like script out, outline what you have to say, because this is one of those situations where you're recognizing it can't really continue the way it is. It's going to fizzle out, right? Because you have the Four of Cups here. This relationship or a new relationship, it can't go to the level of emotional intimacy that you would like, as long as you're not being open about your feelings. And so it could be that the help that you're asking for is, can you please give me just a little bit of time to get this out? Because I do feel like it is difficult for you to share your feelings in this situation. All right, until we can receive with an open heart, we're never really giving with an open heart. When we attach judgment to receiving help, we knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to give help. Today, ask someone for help and receive it with an open heart. Yeah, this is all helping you to step into this new world of having a more open heart. And it doesn't mean that your heart is completely closed, Leo, or that you don't have empathy, right? It's really coming from this sense of wanting to protect your heart, putting up maybe a little bit of a taller wall, okay, or boundary between yourself and somebody else. And recognizing that this is a relationship. We have different levels of boundaries with different people depending on the type of relationship. This is somebody that I feel like you really want to go to a deeper level with, whether they're new or existing in your life. And it's okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to go to this deeper level. Wow, Leo, beautiful. I also want to put out there that when you take the time to do this healing, you're not just healing yourself and this connection, but you're also healing the world. So thank you so much for putting your time and your energy into healing perhaps a childhood wound, or, just energy from the past, allowing those emotions to come up and to face your fears and being vulnerable and emotionally intimate in this situation. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you so much love and light, and I truly appreciate all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.